everyone, welcome back to our channel startuplanes.com. I'm Namrata and I'm taking interviews of the CEOs and founders of several innovative startups in India. In today's interview, I'll be talking to Malini Subrahmaniam, the founder of iSimplyLearn. Malini has an extensive experience of over 25 years working with organizations providing multimedia, web technology, IT staffing, and animation services. iSimplyLearn is a K-12 digital platform made for children coming from the weaker economic section and remote places. It is a place where children can learn a lot of things by watching animated videos through their smartphones, tablets, desktop, and laptop. You want to know more about this business? Let's get into the video.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for joining today. I'm Namrata and I'll be taking your interview. So, before we begin this interview, could you kindly introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. Thank you so much for inviting me for this. I am Malini Subrahmaniam, and today we are going to talk about Simple Learning Private Limited. That is a company I'm representing today, and it's a part of a bigger group called Synergy Images, which is about 25 years old. And this is a recent startup, and we are into edutech in this company, and e-learning, animation, and feature films with the portfolio of the older company. Here it will be edutech completely, focusing on edutech.
All right, sounds good. So, how did you come up with the idea of the start?
Yeah, actually, like I told you, the older company actually was involved in corporate training. So we had an opportunity to work with the world's best corporate companies, including General Motors, SAP, Daimler, Chrysler, and you name it. And within India, Infosys, Wipro, all the big companies we have worked with. So that gave us a lot of experience and understanding about the e-learning content creation. It's not digital content that is e-learning. There is a lot of parameters and things to take care of when you talk about e-learning. This was well understood by us because of our experience of working with big corporate companies. So this experience of 20 years I didn't want to go waste. So we decided that we would get into edtech, because edtech is the next big thing. So we wanted to make sure that we also in that space we can bring out a product and service there, and we would like to offer it to the schools and the students. So that's how this idea came, purely based
Right.
on experience.
So, was there a prominent market gap which you could identify where your thought, like the edtech community, would rightly fit in?
Yeah, sure. See, normally the people in the competing field with us are always looking at high income group only, because it's all pricey. So everybody cannot afford. So we decided to cater to the segment which is least attended to. That is to the weaker sections, mid income and weaker. So we wanted it to be affordable to. That is the key. So that's the market we are looking at, and that is huge in India especially. And throughout the world also there is a segment for this. There are people who cannot afford so much. So that is the market we are trying to get.
Right, right. So, did you face any difficulties or challenges when starting out initially?
Yeah, like any other startup, there will be difficulties. There will be this liquidity of funds is one thing, and positioning the product is the other one. I wouldn't call it a difficulty, but it was critical that we position the product appropriately, and also we do the marketing properly. So these are the three areas which are critical.
Right. So, if I didn't know much about your startup, and if you had to explain your business model to me in very simple terms, how would you do that?
It is actually content for standard 1 to 12 in maths and science, which can be digitized, and it will be in the e-learning format. So what happens is it will go online. Even for B2B, we will be giving it to the schools. The institutes can take it, and then they in turn can use it for teaching. The other one is B2C, where we are already online on Amazon Cloud, and people can subscribe annually, and then they can use it. So that is for self-learning. That is more the tuition model, and this is more the school model. This apart, we are also helping schools to reach out to the students currently because of the pandemic. where we give them a platform, an LMS-based platform, where they can have the teachers and the students meet as in school. And then they can use the content also. So we are actually providing a complete solution, turnkey solution, rather than giving a product.
Right. So, from what I've understood, your target audience is both B2B and B2C.
Hmm. Yes,
Right.
it is.
So, if I am a customer, no matter which domain I am from, B2B or B2C, and I'm interested in your business, but I ask you before going ahead with you, is that why should I go with you and not anybody else?
Yeah, especially because this is primarily catering to educational institutions. That is B2B for us. So yes, we are offering a solution rather than a product. Everybody else offers a product. It will either come in a hardware, or mostly it is like that. So what happens is you will procure a product. Here we talk to them and understand what they really need. So most of the schools are the pain point of making students and teachers meet. So they go through various, Zoom or so many other platforms to finally reach out. So we want to provide them one single platform where they can teach, they can record the videos, the children can look at the videos time and again till they understand, or if they have missed the class, and then they can also have this assessment worksheets, everything. So what we are offering is completely turnkey. So we are not doing piecemeal of just selling the product and walking off. We want to stay with the school and help them make sure that their goals are met. So that's the basic difference between us and others. I hope I
Okay.
answered the question.
Yeah, definitely. Also, talking about another aspect of the startup is an employment and having a team to work with. So, if I'm hypothetically, I'm interested to join your team, but before going ahead with my application with your company, I ask you that what kind of work environment, what kind of benefits as an employee will I get, other than monetary benefits, of course.
Firstly, it's a completely big team. We don't treat it as it's an extended family for us. To that extent that if somebody even wants to decide on a wedding, they come and request me because I'm a woman. So I think it is, it is inborn quality for a woman to be, counseling. So what happens is we don't treat them as employees, nor do they look at us as employers. We are all a big team. And the moment they come in, we call them a family. And then we have a lot of annual get-togethers where we make everybody, whether you know it or not, you have to dance and sing. And I'll be, because I am basically, I like culture, arts and culture. So make sure that everybody takes part in that, invite the families and make them also show the other side of these people. So working with us is a lot of fun. And yes, you learn a lot also because we are very methodical and we teach them how to be methodical, how to face the customer, how to interact. As I told you, we have very good customers and we can't afford to be negligent. So we teach them a lot. At the same time, there is a lot of work and play both. So it's
All
a
right.
fun place to be.
Great. Also, when choosing vendors, like if you are associated with vendors, what are the qualities or you or parameters you judge them upon before taking them on board?
Yeah, first thing is flexibility because most of the things you need to be flexible. Because if you have a stringent, this thing, my customer may not be, he will be wanting me to be flexible, so I expect that to be coming from my vendor too. So it's flexibility one, cost of course, and delivery timeline. When I say I want it on a certain day, I expect it to come. I don't want any excuses, that happened, this happened, tire puncture and all that. So what we expect is complete smooth sailing relationship with our vendor. We go to any extent to help them too.
Like a transparent end-to-end support.
Absolutely, absolutely. Be our partner, we don't want to call them vendors also. They will be our partner in this business. So whatever we have to go through, they have to go through too with us.
Understood. Understood.
Good and bad,
Also,
both.
yeah. Also, have you planned anything like any short-term goals or long-term goals for the future?
Yes, yes. I mean, short term, of course, is to get maximum schools benefited with this and also have maximum schools under our belt. That's one thing. Long term is yes, we want to make learning the key mantra for us, and then we want to, get into a bigger portal where we will start doing learning global learning, that is just not what you're learning in school, it's learning everything else also, and it will be global platform, so anybody can communicate with anybody. That's a bigger plan.
All right. Also, you would agree to this fact or statement that whenever a company or a startup wants to grow and expand, funding, having a regular source of funding, plays a crucial role in it. So, if you
Hmm.
could walk me through your funding scenario, like have you taken funds, external funds previously, or are you willing to in the near future?
Hmm. Yes, we are not taken any yet because we wanted the product to be up and running. Because with the concept, I didn't want to go to get funding. So because we have to believe in the concept ourselves, I thought. So we decided to fund it ourselves personally. But now that the product is ready and the solutions are ready, we are looking for partners, investors to share this.
Journey with you, obviously,
Hmm.
definitely. And best wishes for that.
Thank you so much.
Well, on a lighter note, if I may ask you that if you were not doing this particular startup or being associated, what else do you see yourself doing?
Yeah, this is a good question because there are many things I wanted to do, finally landed up in this. So I could probably have been a singer. I'm very passionate about singing and didn't find much time to do that. Probably I would have been, or I would have concentrated on music. That's one thing, or healthcare. See, I'm already associated with an NGO, and they are an alternate healthcare system. It's called IAHCC, based in Bangalore, and they do a lot of social service good work. Because they don't charge anybody who are, financially poor people. They even give the medicines and everything. So I'm very proud to be associated with them and honored. And I would have probably done more with that. Would have grown it like a company probably. But yes, social service, and of course I like to paint also. So arts and crafts, painting, and I would have done many more things that normally I can't do now. Probably because I write also. I have authored a book. I have been a freelance journalist. I would have concentrated. Maybe I would have authored many more books than this.
Understood. Also, when you talk about social service and giving back to the community, I also want to know from you, have your view or perspective that the pandemic has been very hard in case of like when you talk about running such social
True,
cause
true.
one social causes. So, how have you kept yourself motivated and contributed uh, to that NGO you are associated with?
See, actually, pandemic time was very good for us because this NGO is actually headed by a scientist, President of India, Awadi, and also he is an alternate systems doctor and an engineer. So he's a research person. So he has found out a simple water-based spray, which can be used for as protection and cure for the pandemic itself. So we had a lot of work at that time because we had to get this going because he found and then it has to be made into a commercial product. So we were very keen to do that. We had to do clinical trials. We have tried it on over 4,000 people in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka because traveling was a problem at that time. And so this kept us really, really, really busy. Actually, I never realized that we are not going to work at all because I from home we have to work in the office and we are also to do this product. So this is one product, this is one milestone project for India, I would say, because it is just aqua based, but at the same time, it has got immense benefits. It's been tried and tested also. So that is another interesting thing that happened during the pandemic, and it will continue, I think, for some more time.
Okay, okay. Also, last question is that what are your thoughts on startup?
Startup lanes, yes, it's a good initiative actually. Very good that you make people known to the world. That's a good thing to do, and it's been a very friendly team. I have to say that. And only one thing, if you know more what you're trying to do for startup companies, it would be easier for us to tell you what we need from you. That's the only thing. That apart, it's been a beautiful thing. Really
Thank
enjoyed working with you.
Well, thank you for your kind words, ma'am. Well, that would bring an end to this interview, but it was lovely,
Thank you so
lovely
much.
talking to you.
Same here. It was
Thank
great
you, ma'am.
talking to you too.
Yeah.